Well, hello everyone, welcome to the Kuukkeli Bushcraft channel. Okay, so I recently bought a new knife. So we're not going to call this a review because I've not really put it through its paces. It's had a couple of weeks of use. So yeah, this is the M95 Sisipukko, or Ranger knife. So yeah, as soon as I got this, I kind of realised that it's extremely similar to the Yaakaripukko 140. So yeah, this is the stainless version. This isn't available anymore. It's only available in 80 CRV2 carbon steel. This knife is also 80 CRV2 carbon steel. So I did get the idea in my head that maybe they're made by the blades themselves are made by the same people. Yeah, this, it says Fiskars, and in some places it says made in conjunction by Fiskars. Other people say it's made in the town of Fiskars. This blade, I know, is made by Laurin Metalli, or Lauri, which is one of Finland's biggest producers of knife blades. This, I kind of have a hunch that it's made in the same factory, at least the blade. I don't know. I did do a little bit of research, and somebody said on the forum that this is also made by Laurin Metalli, but you can't believe everything you read on forums. But yeah, it's very nearly the same size. So 140, 140 millimeters, 150 millimeters. So that's this is 6 inches. This is just shy of 6 inches. So this is just a tiny bit longer. They're both just over 4 millimeters thick. So yeah, exactly the same thickness. Very similar handles. And different grinds. So this has a Scandi grind, and yeah, I don't have this in carbon steel, but what I do have is the 85, the smaller version. So that also 80 CRV2. So I would say both of these have been advertised as having a Scandinavian grind. I would say that this comes with a Scandi grind, a Scandinavian grind with a micro bevel, which comes off after you've sharpened it a couple of times. I've had this for 2, maybe 3 years now. Absolutely cracking knife, by the way. I've not done a review of this yet. There's so many of them that I didn't think it was worth it. Maybe I'll do one at some point. Yeah, but this seems to be exactly the same in its performance. This I would call a saber grind. You see, the grind is slightly higher with a bigger secondary bevel. So you could argue, you could say that any flat grind that's not a full flat grind with a secondary bevel is a saber grind. To me, a saber grind goes a little bit higher than a Scandi grind. So I think as if you've got one bevel that's 25-30 degrees or so, I'd say that was a Scandi grind. But, well, I'm sure people will disagree with me. Yeah, so yeah, this thing, it's a great chopper, especially especially when you bear in mind that it's not blade heavy at all. So the balance point is round about where your first finger is, just there. So maybe not ideal for chopping, but yeah, chopping, battening, all the heavy duty stuff that you generally use the slightly bigger knife for, they seem to function exactly the same. So what are the differences apart from the grind? The handle. Yeah, so here on the Yakaripoko, you've got that coming out of the end, which is kind of nice because you see the thickness of the tang that goes all the way through. So with this, I believe it's also a full tang, but an enclosed one, the same as this one. So yeah, so basically a thick stick tang. Yeah, so they've both got plasticky handles. This one feels quite rubbery, quite soft, and you've got that rib in there that gives really excellent grip. Is there any problems with the grip on the Yakaripoko? No, it's really quite grippy. But I'd say is if you get it really wet, this is you know, if it's soaked in blood or something, yeah, this is probably a little bit more grippy. But yeah, the sheaths. Okay, so we'll start with the Yakaripoko. So yeah, so let's wipe the snow off it first. So you've got quite a tight fit. That's not coming out. But with that little clip, that's absolutely not coming out at all. So all you need to do is just pop it open. It pulls out. And as if you're around camp, there's no point in doing the clip up because the retention's good as it is. But with the clip closed, the retention's absolutely bomb-proof. You've got a dangler at the back, a little hole there to tie it on, thick substantial leather, plastic insert in there. So in general, I think this is one of the best thought out sheaths, best thought out and best made sheaths I've ever seen. It's absolutely great. So I've got this one on my belt, I'll just take it off. So, I would say this is one of the best made, best thought out sheaths I've ever seen. It's got a little rubber roller there, and yeah, the finger guard just rolls over it like that, and the retention that you get that is absolutely not coming out. You've got a little thumb ramp there, a little thumb ramp, it's a massive thumb ramp. You press your thumb against that, the finger guard goes over the roller, easy peasy. Okay, so the other thing about this sheath is you've got this Velcro thing here. So if you're wearing this on your belt, the Velcro goes on the inside and it's not ever likely to fall off. But you can also feed it through here. So it's with the thickness, it's MOLLE compatible. So yeah, you can wrap it around here, attach it to your rucksack, whatever. Yeah, you can see there the little loop there in the leather. So that goes through there. and there you go. Actually, that's the wrong way round. But yeah, you see what I mean? That's good if you're left-handed. But yeah, these sheaths, this is available with a left-handed sheath. This is available from Varus Deleka. In fact, both of them are. But I got this from Lamina. Both Finnish companies, both Finnish knives, both from here in Finland. And yeah, let's just reattach this. So I've tried a bit of carving with these. I've chopped branches off trees. I've yeah, made feather sticks, batoning, all the regular camp tasks. You know, food prep. I've done all of that stuff, and the performance seems to be exactly the same. As for the edge retention, yeah, the ATC RV2 throws sparks really nicely from a rock, which brings me to another thing. Yeah, you've got a rounded edge there. So if I find a ferro rod somewhere. I've not actually tried this, but yeah, there's absolutely no way that I can throw a spark off there. The only place I can throw a spark from is from the blade. So easily solved. You know, you can just file down a section at the back, and as if you've got a machine to do it, that's absolutely no problem. The carbon steel version of the Yakkari Puukko, it's got a strange angle on the back, but it's a sharp angle. So if you get the angle right, it throws sparks just fine. To be honest, I don't really like it very much because I use a lot of different knives, and it often takes me a couple of goes just to get the right angle. Just the same as if you're using a ferro rod for the very first time. But yeah, but throw sparks well enough. And also the ATC RV2 with a piece of quartz or a piece of flint, you can throw sparks quite well. So the coating. So we're comparing this more to the little guy now, because the stainless one doesn't have a coating. But yeah, this has had some use, and if you can see the black coating on there, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but there is a little bit left, but not so much. It's really not had anywhere near as much use. So this has had about 1.5 years of use. So, and it's not been used all that much. So I use this one a lot more. But yeah, this has had some use, and there is still a little bit of the coating left. Whereas this, I've only had for a few weeks and the coating's already come off. Do I care about the coating? No, not really. Not really. I'll try and keep it dry. It'll get a bit of a patina anyway. And most of my knives are carbon steel, and most of them don't have any kind of a coating whatsoever. And I don't tend to have problems with knives going rusty. So, yeah. Now this was designed and is manufactured by a guy called Jukka Pekka Peltonen. He was a captain in the Finnish army, and in the 1980s he was serving with American troops, and at the time they were all carrying Rambo knives with the hollow handles. It was the 1980s. So this was inspired by those Rambo knives. Because Mr. Belton saw these Rambo knives and thought, "Ooh, he's finished, isn't he? He knows about knives." He thought he'd come up with a military style knife that would be a lot more functional, and this is it, and it works great so far. I'll just have to see how it holds its edge. It's had nothing more than a little bit of a gentle strop so far. I'm not sure that it actually needed that. It came sharp. These guys, the Acapulco, I seem to remember this one coming a little bit dull, and this one from the box cut like a lightsaber. So I think it's the same with most manufacturers. You do get a little bit of variation, but yeah, this came really nice and sharp. Right then, have I covered everything? Yeah, how does it stand up to the test of time? I'll have to maybe do another video about that. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again next time for another Kuukkeli Bushcraft video. Bye for now.